Norwich might surprise you. It's a classic New England mill town built on several hills overlooking the Thames, Yantic, and Shetucket rivers. A thriving center of commerce in the 19th and 20th century, it played a key role in the evolution of the United States. Immigrants have been coming here since its first settlement in 1659, and today Norwich offers a diverse culture of art, architecture, dining, and history. And it's worth the 15-minute trip north from Mystic to immerse yourself in its special charm.
Every waterfall has its story, and it's no exception for the Yantic Falls. Legend has it that the Mohegan Indians and the Narragansett Indians had a battle right here. Didn't go so well for the Narragansetts. Led by their St. Uncas, chased the Narragansetts to the edge of the falls, and with no place else to go, they jumped. That's why this point is called Indian Leap.
The falls were also the start of the Industrial Revolution in Norwich, providing water power to a series of classic New England mills. Nails, paper, cotton, and wool were all manufactured here, and this area is now on the National Historic Register.
Today, the old mill has been turned into condos, but the falls continue to cascade 40 feet to the boulders below, and then eventually peacefully flow to the Thames River. And that's another note from Norwich.
The most traveled man. He's been to more places than they have maps. When people ask for directions, they mention him by name. Airline pilots file their flight plans through him. He is the most traveled man in America. And today, he is visiting Mystic.
I've had breakfast all over the world. When I come to Mystic, I have breakfast at Kitchen Little. Stay hungry, my friends.
Hi, I'm Kathy for Newport View. Welcome to Newport, the city by the sea, also known as America's first resort, the queen of summer resorts, and some people even call it the society capital. If this is your first time, you're in for a treat. If you like history, architecture, shopping, dining, and summer fun, Newport is the place to be. And after a while, you'll come up with your own name for this great destination. Oh, did I mention the sailing capital of the world?
The name John D. Rockefeller sound familiar? How about Ed and Mary Harkness? Ed was Rockefeller's silent partner, and they were the classic millionaire oilmen that helped send the world on its gas-crazed course. Today, Harkness Memorial State Park is an historic preserve of classic early 20th century buildings, a 48-room Renaissance revival mansion, and natural landscapes along the shores of Long Island Sound. It's a quiet place to drive your gas-sipping machine, park it, and go for a walk. Appreciate the philanthropy that comes from great wealth and the superb views. Harkness Memorial State Park at 275 Great Neck Road in Waterford, Connecticut. Another mystic view.
Hi, I'm Dr. John Brooks with the CDC. You've probably read some recent reports about how long COVID-19 can last in the air or on surfaces. A recent study by NIH and CDC suggested that COVID can persist in the air and on surfaces for hours up to even days. Now, this was a study performed in a laboratory setting, but we don't yet know how that translates to the real world, where things are often very different. These studies are important. We're going to continue doing them, and as we learn more information about what this means to you in your home, we'll keep you informed. Let me remind you, though, how COVID-19 is transmitted. COVID-19 is transmitted primarily through respiratory droplets. That means particles that come out into the air and then settle relatively quickly. This is different than diseases like measles or tuberculosis, that when they get into the air, they can float there for a very long time. What can you do to protect yourself against COVID-19 in your home? Using disinfectants. Sure, COVID-19 comes out, it may fall onto a surface, and it could be there for a couple of hours. But the minute you use disinfectant, it's killed. Let's work together to keep ourselves healthy, our families healthy, and our communities healthy. If you want more information about COVID-19, go to www.cdc.gov/COVID-19.
Welcome back, Sabina.
The Sabino leads the way in the annual Mystic Seaport Wooden Boat Parade, a celebration of hands-on craftsmanship that takes on many forms. All that really matters is that the boat floats. It should look good too, be practical, easy to handle, and floats. Wooden boats are a significant part of the maritime history of the Mystic River. After all, boat building was the focus here for hundreds of years. From clipper ships to runabouts, motor yachts and sailboats, each one carries the heart and soul and sweat and tears of the designers and the builders who worked their magic with wood along these shores. This year the focus was on Sparkman and Stevens designs. Boats have evolved, but these preserved, restored, or original samples of boat building provide a significant window into our past. Think about that next time you pick up a piece of wood and thinking about taking it to the water. Where do I begin? A nice way to spend a lazy afternoon along the Mystic River. And another wonderful Mystic view. Today, electronic navigation devices have pretty much made the mariner's search for home easy. But these stone guardians still light the way forward, even as they cast their sweeping beams on the past. They stand as sentinels protecting mariners who seek the safe harbors of Connecticut. They are shining beacons that warn of treacherous rocks and danger. They are the lighthouses of the Sound. An afternoon tour allows us a view into a time when men went to sea and relied on the lighthouse keeper's brightness to show them the way home. These are some of the oldest in America and provide a pleasant reference to the time and space around us in one of America's most beautiful settings, where Mother Nature is never far away. Enjoy your time among these guardians for Mystic View TV.
Let your soul and spirit fly into mystic. Let your soul and spirit fly into mystic. Into mystic. Into mystic. Into mystic.